Okay, everyone, so here is the beryllium metal dissolving in a dilute mixture of nitric and hydrochloric acids. I had filmed me adding the acid to this and showing you all the metal and all that good stuff, but all of that footage was fucking lost, which is just great, because this is all the beryllium that I have. So, I'll try to do this again here. You can see this started out as 0.98 grams of beryllium metal. What I did was I filled it up with water about halfway here, added in a couple pipettes full of red fuming nitric acid, added a little more water, wasn't really doing a whole lot. Concentrated nitric acid will passivate beryllium so it won't dissolve in it. So, I added a little bit of HCl and just a little bit more water to bring it up to 50 mils, and it started dissolving immediately when I did that. So, you can see it though, I mean, it is definitely a very light metal, since all of that is less than 1 gram, and, yeah, it dissolves pretty easily. There's no heat on this right now, it's at room temperature. But it still dissolves pretty easily. The plan is, I am going to, once all of the beryllium has dissolved, I am going to make this alkaline, probably with ammonia, or maybe alkali hydroxide. And then, once I have the beryllium hydroxide, we're going to combine that with vanadium pentoxide, heat it up, mix it up, and that should give us a solution of beryllium metavanadate. So this is probably going to take a while to dissolve, so I am going to let it do its thing, and I will come back once all of the beryllium has dissolved and we are ready to create the beryllium hydroxide, and that's if it doesn't decide to crash out on its own. Getting a pure beryllium compound, based on what I'm reading, is quite a feat. So anyway, I will come back when we are ready to create the hydroxide. Alright everyone, the beryllium finally all dissolved. I started out with nitric acid, but I ended up going with HCl just because it seemed to do a lot better. I mean, basically that made this kind of a weak aqua regia solution. But heating it up with HCl did the trick. That finally got it all to dissolve. Took quite a while, actually. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to allow this thing to keep stirring and cool down. We may get some precipitate. I don't know if it will hydrolyze as it cools down or not. Beryllium is kind of tricky to work with. But once this cools down, we are going to precipitate out beryllium hydroxide, and then we are going to react that with vanadium pentoxide in order to get our beryllium metavanadate. Okay, people, so as it turns out, and I went back and looked over the instructions again, we need equimolar amounts of vanadium pentoxide and beryllium hydroxide for this synthesis. I kind of overshot it a little bit. I thought I had more vanadium pentoxide than I did, but I don't. So, half of this was poured into a graduated cylinder. Exactly half of it was removed, and then the other half was poured back into here. Now, what we need to do is we need to create beryllium hydroxide. This should be pretty easy. According to atomistry, you can get beryllium hydroxide by adding caustic alkali, which this is aqueous sodium hydroxide, or ammonia to this. I don't think we're going to have too much problems with the sodium ion, because beryllium metavanadate is not supposed to be very soluble in cold water, although it is in hot water. So I think we're going to be okay to do it this way. I'm not sure. We're making it up as we go. So here we go. Precipitating out beryllium hydroxide. You focused, you piece of shit. Oh, yep. Very gelatinous. It's supposed to be very much like aluminum hydroxide, and it is. Okay. Stir that up a little bit. There we go. Now, we should be getting beryllium hydroxide if the pH goes over, I think it's like 7.5. So I'm going to check the pH here just to see where we're at. I'm not quite there. It looks more like 7. Oh yeah, still dropping out. Damn, it's still precipitating. Good Lord. Ah, there we go. It's a little more alkaline than I would have liked, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I'm honestly not sure. Was it still precipitating? It's supposed to dissolve in excess alkali. Okay, alright. We are good, I think. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to add in the vanadium pentoxide, and then we are going to boil the shit out of this. So, I'll go ahead and we'll do that here. There we go. Turn on the heat. Get a watch glass to cover this puppy up. And then we will get this started. Right, don't you splash on me. Okay, so this has been heating and stirring for quite a while now, actually. I set up the fan here just because when I had the watch glass off the top of this, somehow I caught a whiff of something coming off of it. I mean, I was standing like way over there on the other side of that bench there, on the far side of the sink, and it still made my nose burn. I don't know what the hell was up with that, but we're going to do, you know, we're going to be a little on the safe side here just because I don't know. Nothing about this should be volatile in any way. I mean, the vanadium pentoxide shouldn't be, so far as I know. The beryllium certainly shouldn't be, not at these temperatures. And none of it should be volatile in water. I mean, the solution was not being stirred to the point that aerosols were being created. So I'm guessing it was just the steam off of it. So yeah, even that dilute that far away, it was still pretty nasty. So yeah, be really careful if you decide to not repeat this experiment. Alright, so we've got to filter this now, and it says that we need to add a large volume of alcohol to it in order to get it to precipitate, but then it also says, that it's not soluble, like it's soluble like 1 part in 1,000 in cold water. So I don't really understand why we need to do that. I think we're just going to filter it, and then we are going to concentrate it down a little bit, and then we will let it cool, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it will crystallize out. If not, I can add ethanol to it, and we'll get it to crash out. We'll get it one way or another. Okay, so here we go. Going to be exceedingly careful not to touch this. It is a very nice orangey solution. Man. With everything that, and it's got solid in the bottom of it too. It is crusted onto the bottom of the beaker. I really hope this doesn't cost me a beaker. Okay, we got a nice orangey solution there, and yeah, it looks like it's starting to precipitate out. Look at that. I don't know why atomistry was so insistent that we add alcohol to this. Alright, here we go. The last of it. Oh yeah. There is all manners of solid crusted in the bottom of this thing. Wow. Oh yeah. I don't know if I even want to screw it trying to clean that fucker. I don't even know how I'm going to clean it. I don't know. But this, look at that. Okay, will you focus for God's sake? Oh, that is beautiful. That really is. And it looks like it's crystallizing out. I mean, it almost looks like it's starting to separate out a little bit. That is wild. Look at that. Look at that shit. That's fucking gorgeous. Alright, everyone. This has been evaporating down for a while. I don't know, y'all. I am going to go ahead and pour it into the alcohol, and we are going to see what we get. It will either work or it won't. I mean, it's definitely nice and clear. It has clarified even more as it has concentrated. It looks gorgeous, man. Like all of that other crap was just, I don't know, maybe condensed onto the sides of the beaker. Beats the hell out of me. But, I mean, I don't know how far to concentrate it to, and it's getting kind of late. I don't know how well it's going to do if I have to let it cool back down, so I figure what the hell, you know, we can go ahead and try it, and the worst that can happen is that it will just completely and utterly fail. I don't care if it does. This is still getting made into a damn video because I have put so much fucking work into it. Alright, so we got our... Now it says that we need to put it in a large volume of this. I figure, we'll just go ahead and pour some in here. I mean, that's 4 times its volume. Hell, we can just add some and, you know, we don't have to add it all at once. Alright. Yeah, that drop kind of freaked me out there for a second. Like, what the hell? Here goes nothing. Oh! Oh! Don't you splash on me, you bitch! Is that it? Ah! I sure hope that's fucking it. Okay, okay, okay. Don't get angry. Don't you get on me, you son of a bitch. Let's give it a little swirl. Oh. Get a little orangey there. I don't know, that's still yellowish. Right? It was yellower before. Okay. Well, I don't know. Let's try that again. I know there's some alcoholic watching this video going, "What are you doing?" Ethanol is a shitty drug. Alright, here we go. Well, it's not dramatically different. It just looked like it was lighter before. Maybe it changes color. Alright, well. Okay, people, there we go. To the best of my knowledge, that could be our product. I don't have any way to test it. I am not so familiar with the chemistry of vanadium that I want to say it is conclusive 100% for sure. I honestly don't know what would happen if you just use vanadium pentoxide without the beryllium hydroxide through this exact same procedure. Would you indeed get something that looks nothing like this? I just don't know the answer to that question. So I am going to say presumptively it is. I mean, it is consistent with everything that atomistry describes. Yeah, we're going to go with that. That's really the best I can give you at this point. I will post some updates to the community tab as, you know, and of course on Discord as things become more apparent, but I'm going to go ahead and end this video here since it is getting kind of long and just say the usual. If you liked it, then give it a thumbs up. I thought that was pretty goddamn cool, honestly. Working with beryllium was very thrilling. I mean, it was even more terrifying than working with thallium. Oh, it's just so great. I love it. If you didn't like that video, well, it must suck to be that dead inside. God, it must suck to be you. So subscribe, share the video, comment, and until the next one, y'all, I will see you later. God damn it, that's fucking great, man. I don't even know if that shit worked, and it's still great. I love it.